Hey, it's a beautiful, crisp winter morning here at the Backwoods Gourmet Outdoor Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make some venison jerky. My brother was really successful so far this year up in Alabama with getting some deer. He's trying to give it away to me. We're still trying to move, okay? Moving day is Monday for me right now. So this weekend I am slam. I want to show you how to make the jerky sticks, and then I realized, hey, we already did a pretty good video of how to do that a little while back, and a lot of you weren't even watching this back then. So here you go. Here's how to make venison jerky that looks professional, just like it came out of the factory. Stay tuned. Here's our meat. We prepped this last night. And same if you're using beef or using deer meat. Take all the sinews out, take all the wet leather out, take as much of the fat, big pieces of fat out as you can, and cut it into manageable size chunks, which for this grinder is pretty big. Then you need your scale. Everything's based on weight, so we're going to go ahead and weigh this up, and it is 4 pounds 13 ounces, so very close to 5 pounds. This is we're giving you a recipe for 5 pound batch today, so that's close enough for a 5 pound batch. But it starts out with the scale. Then we're just going to go ahead and get this up on our grinder, and this grinder doesn't play. We got, if you look here closely, we got the large plate in it for our first grind. Okay, so that's the time saver. So we're going to go ahead and start this guy up. Hopefully. It's very cold this morning, so. With this grinder you can use long strips. Just basically it'll take them as fast as we can put them in there. And we'll be able to do this 5 pounds in just very few minutes. The number 5 size grinder. You know, this is very lean beef. We want that. Jerky fat doesn't dry in your jerky. Here's our little baby. She's snuggled up under the blankie watching the making of the jerky, waiting for something to fall. Cutest dog in the world. Okay, now that you got your first grind done, it's time to put in your seasoning blend. Now, you can find 1,000 recipes for seasoning blends. This is mine. The biggest thing is to make sure that you have that ratio of your cure. For 5 pounds of meat, it's 5 tablespoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of sodium nitrate, lemon cure, or whatever. Or you can also use just the 5 tablespoons of curing salt, which already has that mixture, and then your own spice blend. And everybody's going to want something different. They actually say to dissolve this in a little water, which I kind of forgot to do there, but it'll still work this thing. Give it a little water. Pour that right in. Now, also you can use these pre-bagged jerky spices. This one's the Backwoods from Bass Pro. I've tried a lot of them and they're all good. This is just the original. Can't do spicy around here, or Mrs. Backwoods will not touch it. So we're making this up from some fishing food here. Put this over the sink, and we're just going to blend this all together really well. Now, you need to stir this very well for
at least a few minutes. You'll see it start to become tacky, sticky. That's kind of what we're looking for. The way we're going to do it here is not going to be, you don't have to do it as long as you might normally would, because we're going to send this back through the grinder one more time. So just want to make sure my spices are spread out of there. We'll go ahead and put it right back in the tray. And you can see the second time it goes through, the texture is much different. A, it's getting ground the second time, and B, that salt and lymph here are already working on releasing the protein, causing the tack. You see it staying in long tubes. It's pretty cold out here this morning. It's in the 30s. And, one of the reasons we decided to do this today. All the folks up north are in a blizzard right now. It's cold here, but it's sunny and about 35 here at 8 a.m. Alright, here's the setup. We have attached the jerky extruder, lamb jerky extruder, to our grinder. It is a process. It has a roll of wax paper underneath here. It comes up and catches your jerky on this side. Today we're going to use the stick plate on it. It comes with 3 different plates. One for flat sticks, one for round sticks, and one for burgers. It just squirts out a big square of meat, a rectangle. So we're slightly loaded. We already got it coming out, and it has this long plate. Here at the end, we already have our dehydrator racks ready to go, and these shears also come with the kit to slice this off at the appropriate length. They must have forethought this a little bit, because the length of this platform is the same as the length of the dehydrator racks. So that'll give you a good gauge on how long to cut them. It is a 2-person operation, however, so it just got Mrs. Backwoods up and out and ready to help me out making these, because one person needs to feed this and one person needs to ensure that this feeds properly so that your sticks are uniform as they come out. But it will be very professional looking jerky, and it does it in half the time of a jerky gun. This is what they look like, ready to go into the dehydrator. Alright, this is our stainless steel tin tray dehydrator, and we've skipped a rows in these with the jerky. These I sprinkle with a little bit of our Backwoods Gourmet steak and brisket rub while they're still tacky, so that'll stick to the outside. Get a little extra bite on those. And we just cut those strips and put them on the bottom. I'm going to give them about an hour, and we'll be able to take them off of the wax paper and put them directly on the racks. Alright, we have the dehydrator on. It's been about an hour. It's on the highest setting. Okay, this one goes to 160. You can take a quick look at them and pull the trays out. See, they're starting to dry already. Well, we're just checking to see if they'll roll right off this wax paper without tearing them. They're getting pretty good right now, so we're going to go ahead and take them off the wax paper. We're also going to check these down the bottom, the Chef's Choice ones. And that wax paper's starting to peel off of them right now. It's ripping a little bit, but we go ahead and get it off of one side of these. So be careful with them. You could do the whole batch like this if you wanted to. If you didn't have that, you know, nice extruder that we have, you could do it with the wax paper like this and make them in strips. Just get a nice, good pair of scissors between the wax paper. It will dry all right. Get started, and you just have to be careful to get all the wax paper off of them. They're starting to, you know, firm up. So this will help the drying process a lot. So we'll go ahead and start getting them off there and put them right straight on the racks. Okay, the best method I've found for this is just to kind of peel this, start the paper back at the top. Grab all 4 links with your hand and then peel this paper straight back like that. Comes off nice and clean. Those are your sticks. Just lay them right back on your tray. So they're looking pretty and they're smelling awesome. Okay, they're all off the paper now, and we're going to continue until they're around 28% moisture, and we'll show you how we test that in a little while. Did want to show you one modification I made to my limb dehydrator. I actually found a 16 by 16 HEPA rated air filter, and I taped that to the back of it where it sucks the air in, just to filter the air coming into it. We found the first few things we did with it tended to mold up after a while, so I'm hoping to catch the mold spores. Just make sure there's nice clean air going through there. So we are doing this outside. Alright, we got our old wooden box going here. All I've done was lit a few charcoals and a couple of chunks of apple wood. We'll stick them in the bottom there on the metal pan, and we're going to transfer our trays into these slots. Get a little smoke on them. Alright, these guys are nice and kind of starting to get dry on the outside, so we're going to go ahead and stack them all up. We'll transfer them over to the smoker. Let them get a little smoke on them. Yippee. I've shown you this before way back on smoked tomatoes, but these trays are made to fit right in the box, so you don't have no fiddling with them. You just take them right out, put them right in there. Let's close it up so that fire will die down. How long you leave it in there? Depends on how smoky you want your jerky. You may not want to smoke it at all. You may want it a little hint of smoke like me, so I'll probably gonna leave it in there about an hour at the most, and we'll return it to the dehydrator. This is a moisture tester, and it has, let me show you a couple things about it here. It's relatively inexpensive. It's battery operated. It has these 2 probes that stick off the front, and you basically just press those probes into whatever you want to test the moisture on. And in this case, it's jerky. So, and it'll give you a percentage readout here on the screen. Right now it's reading obviously 0%. And we're going to put those probes into our jerky to see what percentage of moisture is left in them. So stand by and we'll test a few. Okay, so we took a stick off of there, and we're going to press these little, the little probes right into it. And that, actually I got it on hold right now. Okay, and when it's doing that, it means it's over 50% moisture. So she's got a ways to go. So it's been about 8 hours. When did it go in? We're going to start testing the moisture level on these. And even though it's beeping, this is about 33. And so we're going to give it a little, the old bend test. And that's about like a jack link. So we're going to go ahead and take it out. We're going to go through all these and test them. See, that one's already at, it's already at 10 or 12%. So we're going to go and take them out as they dry. and I'm going to show you how we're going to package them up. Okay, the jerky's ready. As we're coming off here, we're vacuum packing it, and all we're doing is taking the sealer on the vacuum packer, partitioning bags off into 3 sections with a double heat seal, sliding them down, vacuum pack them, and it's just like the stuff you get at the store, minus the label.